anyways, check me out on Bar for Bar this week.
Hey.
There's a bracket going on. J. Cole's 32 songs.
Let me tell you.
I'm there as well.
It's been a minute since they've seen me.
Since they seen you, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been on here 3 times.
Yeah. Oh,
Three
yeah.
times, 3 times.
I'm there with the boy Ron. Deji, hopefully the thing's on him now. With the boy Ron. 3 times. I think it was like, we'll say 2.5.
2.5 was
You went on camera for what it though?
currently free. Fiona has the title. But
Yeah, for being on that show, on that camera. Yeah.
My brother said he ties with Fiona actually.
Oh, because he did Andrew Fazaz, isn't it? And then he did one with Dami Babs. He was there.
Yeah, he was there. And then he did one with Fiona as well.
I guess, yeah, I didn't really think of that. Yeah, 3 times. Nepotism. How's it going, bro? Your hay fever still killing you?
Bro, man, how is grass beating my ass, fam? Like, it's trying. I won't let it, but it's trying.
Get anti-estimate. It's that time of year. I might
I
have to
have. Sometimes the shit don't be slapping like that, you know what I mean?
The anti-estimate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. But then again, you don't fuck really like meds.
Yeah, because, oh, fuck. I just hate taking meds, bro.
I actually, like, I know you're not like one of those, like, there's actually people, like, but I actually understand the logic. It's like, if it's not naturally pharmaceutically produced, I don't want it to be in my body.
No, also, you know what it is, yeah? A while ago, I just kind of thought, imagine, you know, people that like pop painkillers all the time and stuff like that, and then they finally go to the hospital for some serious shit, and they're pumping them with painkillers, and it's not touching them because they're fucking addicted to painkillers already.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like, let my body sort it out. So if I do take medicine, it will really work because...
It happens with a lot of WWE wrestlers, and they get addicted, and obviously the more you take it, the more dosage you come up. And I was like, I can't remember the podcast I was listening to, and it's like, it was like, do you know how they all do Blue Chew ads? So the disadvantage about that is then you become dependent on it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be needing Blue Chew in your early 20s to be fucking. That's crazy.
I feel like just building your immune system as well. Like, if it can fight it off, let it fight it off because that will keep it strong. Because if it's relying on something, I feel like your body will only do as much as it needs to. So like, when you're like, when you're not lifting, your body doesn't feel like it needs to build muscle and be strong to be able to lift all this shit. So just kind of you get weak. But then when you keep putting under stress, your body's like, oh shit, we need to be able to do this. Let's fix it.
I hear it.
So that's where it kind of started, and I just kind of kept going on. I just don't really like taking meds now. Like,
well, it's all about the hay fever to be kicking people's ass.
Oh, hay fever is a bitch, man. And last year I didn't really get it crazy, but I've had some bad years, bro.
I've actually never really had it because I remember my youngest sister was always having it, and I used to always think it's because she's born in Europe. And the rest of it, she's the only one that was getting it.
You say she's soft.
Yeah, it was only the youngest one getting it. So I was like, mostly because you're born in Europe. Everybody else here was born in Africa. None of us is getting hay fever. I also remember seeing a tweet on Twitter like saying, how come there's like no hay fever in Africa? I was like, is there not? Like, is this a thing, a phenomenon that exists, or like the pollen? I don't know this.
Bro, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. No power this week.
Did you see the apparently leaked 2 episodes.
2 episodes leaked.
I didn't watch it yet.
I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, because I was like, I didn't have time this weekend.
But the thing is, I was on TikTok and I was seeing scenes that I haven't seen before.
Oh, skip.
Yeah, but the thing is, I didn't know that I hadn't seen it before.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? Like, if it is a spoiler that I saw, that's mad that happened. But
don't say anything to me.
No, I'm not gonna say anything to you.
No spoiler alert this week. There's no spoiler in any shows.
Nah. But yeah, what's good? But yeah, it got leaked. So no.
Someone said it was Sax. He said they killed him after they were about to leak the
Bro, I love the internet, man. Can we take a second, yeah? TikTok. I know this girl on Twitter that was trying on this dress.
That blew the tape.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I can't speak on this, Deji.
That's what I wanted to say. I think that's all that's needed to be said.
The minute we said the girl was trying on the tape, everybody listening to this or watching this like, yeah, her. I know who you're talking about. And then the next day, another one tried it. People went. And then when she was turning to the side, she was doing it with a jiggle. People were.
You know the girl with the boom tape, because I saw one of her videos, and she was like, people keep thinking I'm doing this jiggle like for attention. And she was like, I just jiggle.
Because I know someone posted it, someone quoted it and says, in my mind, that's how my body looks. I was like saying, I hear her. Sometimes you're that delusional. Like I've said, sometimes it's just, I'm gonna start rapping one day. Just buy niggas, you need to be delusional.
Please, don't give Simi. Don't do that to Simi.
I don't think I can do it. But I started watching the new show actually, Succession, yeah?
Yeah.
It is why, like, I was watching this, like, Nepo babies.
Yeah.
Sometimes I understand why it can't work.
What?
Because even in mafias, I started thinking about this. Like, even in mafias, they try to pass on the lineage to their families. But you always see that the sons of the mafia owners are always like bozos. They're not qualified because they lived a sheltered or more softer life. So I'm watching Succession, and the guy owns a big company. Succession, he's about to pass it on.
Yeah.
But he's still holding on to the power like Vince McMahon. He does not want to give it to his kids. But I'm deep in it. Like, this guy is like in a hospital bed trying to get back to work because like, I'm not giving you guys this company. First, I deep it. I'm like, the thing is, there's probably 1,000 people more qualified to run an actual business. They've ran businesses before. They've gone through college. They've actually studied. They're actually definitely more qualified to run it. But then I deeper. Do you give a company to that person, or do you build a company and pass on the wealth to your family? But the disadvantage is they're bozos. They're actually not qualified to run a $1 billion business. So that now the dad resents his kids because it's like, I built all of this. I'm just supposed to give it all to you, you spoiled bastards. And the son is calling him up. It's like, you hate me because I was born blessed, and it's not my fault. You hate me because you had to work so hard to build this empire, and I'm just taking it. I didn't have to put in the work. Now it's like, it's creating that friction. I was looking, I was like, yeah, this is a case against nepotism of like, because they're not qualified, but who else are you going to give your wealth to?
Yeah, so I feel like sometimes they could be qualified. Like, because it is funny seeing people build, like, I know one of my friends, his dad's built up business, all of that, like, oh, fucking Moyo. What's it called? What's it called? His dad owns Heritage, all of that, whatever. Where's a coach? And he's a football coach. Do you get what I'm saying? And I don't see him giving up football and everything to go take over the business. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, if Heritage was worth $1 billion.
I feel like in that situation, you make them the board and you let them own the shares, but you actually hire CEOs.
But that's what they are. They are in the share. They are part of the board. Yeah. But obviously, the Hungers, one of the kids, he wants to.
Oh, he actually wants to.
He wants to replace his dad, and that's like the show. The show is the friction between the dad, and now the dad is resenting him, kinda. And I was just watching. I was like, I get it on a human level where you can build in $1 billion. I get sometimes things like, oh, your parents can't resent your kids, or you can't resent your parents. I get it where you could feel like I had to work so hard to build this and to own this, but you just want to take it off me without knowing what to do.
Okay, but this is the thing. So you're getting annoyed at yourself because you said you wanted to build this for your kids. I'm your kids. Give it to me.
I guess it is entitled. I'm not entitled to that because the way he is fighting you, this bro was in a hospital bed. And it's like he wasn't fit to work. He went back to work.
Yeah,
he went back to work. You're not taking this.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong.
But I'm only on season 1 as well. Like,
no, but correct me if I'm wrong. But did you not build all of this for me to give it to me?
See, the thing is, when you're like, say if you build a business here, you're building it for you, and you say like, I'm gonna build it. It's just when you get older and you have to give it up. Now it's like power. A lot of men in power just don't give up power. It literally has to be taken from them. Like, if you look at throughout history, man, even look at Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon does not want to give up that WWE.
Oh, he's back.
How many times has he gone and came back?
No, what happened was they merged with the UFC, Endeavor with the UFC, and then now he's back.
He's back.
He owns it again.
Because throughout history, men just don't want to give up power. Like, people don't want to give up power. You're in a position of power for you to just say, you know what, you take that power, and that power is also tied to their identity. Like Vince McMahon, I was born Vince McMahon, I was in WWE. Yeah. So it's tied to his identity. For them to just relinquish that kind of power, I don't think it's like...
Yeah, but the thing is, like, did you prepare me for this? Do you get what I'm saying? You couldn't have not let me do anything and then tell me that I can't take over because I don't know what to do. You didn't let me do anything. You didn't teach me how to do this. Do you get what I'm saying? But if you see me and you see me as the success, like your successor, right? Make me start working. Do you get what I'm saying? After school, put me in there so you kind of like understand every aspect of the business. So when it's time, you actually do understand what's happening.
I hear.
But if you just have a spoiled kid that just goes on holidays, or all he does is like holidays with his friends till he's 20, and now he's 25, and so I'm old.
The business.
Yeah, and now you want to give me the business, bro?
Because the son was the drug addict as well, so he did have that phase where he was doing drugs. And when he actually got to a stage where the son tried to vote that out of the board.
Oh yeah,
he held a meeting. He voted that out, and his younger brother bottled it because his brother was supposed to vote for dad to leave, and the dad goes, Raymond, if you vote against me, he said, sorry, Dad. He vowed to vote against me.
Oh, you know what?
The fear of the dad still came in.
You know what? I'm petty. I'll cut you all out of my will. I'll cut you out.
The kids, yeah?
Yeah, I'll cut the kids out.
But then who gets the business?
I'll give it to my wife or give it to charity.
That's what he actually tried to do. He tried to get them all to sign it over to his new wife because obviously the wife isn't their mom. It's a new wife. And they all said, I was just watching this, I was like,
Yeah, no, because as a child, that'd be stupid. You're putting your potential future in somebody that is not your mom. That will probably have her own kids and want to give it to them.
I think everybody, like, people, it's actually it's like one of those drama shows I can't remember. So I think it was like Chigo recommended it to me. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try anyways. But it's very good, Succession.
You want to know what I watched?
What?
Bridgerton.
I actually heard good things about that.
It was cool.
No, I actually heard good things about Bridgerton.
Bro, it was cool.
What season was that on? Like 3?
What it wasn't Bridgerton, it was Queen Elizabeth or whatever. I don't know, because I didn't actually watch Bridgerton. I just watched this one. Like I've seen I think the first few episodes of Bridgerton, but I didn't see the like second season or anything like that. And then this one, Queen Charlotte, I think it is. But like, it's just funny. First of all, why? Hold on. What does pretentious mean?
I know how to use it in a sentence,
but I don't know exactly what.
I don't know the exact definition.
Let me Google this.
Look it up there. I'm just glad I say here not bottling this league at the minute.
Yeah, no, they're winning this league.
It's just such we cannot. Yeah, they can.
Attempting to impress by affecting greater importance or merits than it is actually possessed. Like, I just don't understand all of the extraness of like them back in the days with like they're just like, oh, you're Lord this, you're this, you're this.
Okay,
like it's just kind of it's just like, and like even with because like the Queen, right? She has this guy that's assigned to her, and he has to stay like 5 yards behind her at all times. So he's walking around with her all of the fucking time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he gets dismissed once or here or there, but he's been with her since like she was young to up till now. Like he has pretty much spent his whole life just walking behind her and making sure that she has everything she needs and all that kind of stuff. That is so fucking extra. Come on.
What a life though.
What a dead life.
what a life. Sometimes someone just have a personal assistant everywhere you go. They just
this one nah.
Do you have enough water? Yeah.
Jordan, this one is past personal assistant. Like even they went to like the orange tree and it's like time for like she wanted to pick an orange and she would like try to pick it, be like orange, and like a guard would come pick out the orange, give it to her.
That ones you can't even live experiences anymore. You can't even do anything.
Like she wakes up, and there's like a bell beside her bed. She wakes up, rings the bell. They come in. They take her to They take her to get dressed. She's just sitting there getting her hair done, getting dressed.
Yeah, but it's kind of like when you watch it Coming to America, Eddie Murphy's life when he's in Africa.
Yeah,
and that's why he was kind of like, I need to go.
You know what though? I hear.
Wow.
The getting bathers, I hear it.
I
hear it heavily. I hear it heavily.
I knew they even unload him every morning.
No, cause
they do. They unload him every morning. Your royal penis is ready, Your Highness. And the whole movie, that was the part I was like, I love that man.
No, you know what? Because you know what happened? I was in Turkey, right? And I got like a Turkish bath, and this one was like, just watch me, bro. Shit felt good. I was like, I need this,
I was in Thailand. One of the things I should have done was get one of those massages
with a happy ending,
just to see if they would do an happy ending, not the happy ending. Just to see is actually an option.
Not the happy ending.
Is an option? Is it because I was in a relationship back then and black men don't cheat?
Is it cheating if it's part of a massage package?
Have you ever seen that guy? I forgot his name. That gives like all these bad bitches massages. Have you ever seen that guy?
Yeah.
It's not cheating.
That was extra. That was extra.
But happy ending is not extra.
Yeah, but
I can do it. You man.
Yeah, but
you man can do it.
She's not contortioning my body in all these different ways, bro.
At sometimes, some of those massages just rubbing their booties.
Listen,
I was like, what's Broski doing?
Come on, I'll do it for you.
And he's just wearing like sexy underwear, sexy lingerie. I'm like, I don't believe this business, man. What kind of? It's like, how do you apply for this job? How do you build up so much clout that people recommend you for this job?
Just gotta start doing that again.
But yeah, back to that. Yeah, you went to like Bridgerton. You were saying.
Oh yeah. And it's just funny how like even with Game of Thrones, like just watching all of the chess pieces that they put across for for getting yourself some new status, for getting the throne. Like it's always just interesting. Like there's one of them, right? The husband is like he's old and like he's trying to get like into the new, trying to get up in society and all this kind of shit. And he's getting up in society, but he doesn't know that it's his wife. It's because of his wife. Mm-hmm. His wife she's doing the woman thing. They're having tea. She's making her moves. If you do this for me, I'll do this for you. She becomes a lady and all this kind of shit. And it's just that game of power is just always funny to me. And like just in like Succession as well, of like them trying to fall out the dad. They're like, okay, we have enough votes, we can vote him out, so it doesn't matter. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's just always funny to me, man.
Yeah, and I was actually gonna say though, when you're saying that, in terms of person following you around, Are they outside of the room when it's like time to get down?
Yeah.
That's
There's a couple times the Queen and the King got down and they were outside the room.
Have you ever heard any of your friends when they're fucking? You were like next door in
Yeah, I think I have.
You walked in.
I've never walked in.
No, I've never walked in, but I heard my friend go to town once.
You know, it was.
I had to go. Like I went. Cause this was on holidays. I'm not gonna sit in the debate now. I went to the room because we were sharing a room. Well, obviously he had a little thing.
Yeah.
It's a nice hot country, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go outside. Let me talk on the phone. When talk on the phone, when you go for a little walk. You enjoy. Came back. Still at it. I was like, Jesus. Went for a longer walk. And then you come back and everybody's playing innocent. I'm like, these guys. Guys.
You know what it was? But, like, at least you know to play your role. Some people don't know to play their role.
Yeah, some people stay in the room.
Bro,
some people will be like, they'll stay here. You're just like, you have to text someone and be like, yo, you gotta leave this. It's like, and you gotta be like, oh, are you not tired?
Yeah, like,
don't you need to go for a walk?
Did you say you wanted to go get food?
You said you wanted to go to that burger place all the way down there, man.
Yeah, know your role, man. Like,
how's your week though? How's it been?
It's been calm. Just early charge it. How the fuck do I get clamped on a Sunday? 125
I couldn't
euros.
believe that because I'm so sure it's free in town.
It is free. That's like I know I've been parking in town for years. Like I hate going to town to park. But anyways, I parked in this loading bay because I was like, loading bay is like there's not even people clamping. The only people are private companies and private companies don't do town. And then next minute apparently it was someplace. Just because like I parked. I was doing what I was doing. I came out to check my car. It was fine. I went back in. Came out to check my car again. Clamp. You know when you just look at it? I said, you can't clamp me twice. I did whatever. Got what I needed. Got my car. Just went. The only thing that I was happy about is that when it was time to unclamp it, they came pretty quickly. Because you know sometimes they take like an hour. But they came mad quick. So I was like, yeah, it's calm.
Gotcha.
125 euro though.
And then you were saying that you got to eat fucking cereal for the week.
Oh yeah.
And you have to pay another 125 euro.
On cereal for the month, bro. Me and Gary.
Well, on that, like they're just gonna host Wilder now, June 17th.
Cool.
So that's why you got clamped, innit? Bro had to do meetings. He's an important. It's a big deal.
See, buy tickets. Look, man, you know we industry players now. We host him. Look, if you want me to host your birthday party, you know, at Big Dage, what's called? I'll put my management, my promotions, like email this place.
They should be hosting hall parties.
Bro,
just cheat.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have to be flirting with aunties. You know what though? Mothers love me. I don't know why. I don't know what. Mothers love me.
I want to know in which way.
Like
did they be flirting with you?
Some. I've flirted with a couple mothers, yeah.
Then again, everybody's young in their head, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Everybody's like, because I was listening to like Zed on a podcast recently, and she was like talking about how she's lived her dream, but now she's still like living her dream, but she's like, that's the 13-year-old's me dream. Mm-hmm. So it kind of made me realize a lot of people feed their inner child a lot of the times. Because even recently I saw that guy from Fresh and Fit. If you know them, they're these two bozos that do like anti-women thing. And I was watching, it's like, you guys rejected me when I was playing Halo, now I'm going to reject you that I'm in my prime. I was like, adult him now is just him sourcing what kid him missed out on or didn't have or would have done. He's just the resentful that the child in him has. He's just expressing it now as an adult. So when you're saying like, even like we're thinking of them as like, oh, they're aunties. But a lot of these aunties, they didn't get, not a lot of them, let me not say, but some of these aunties, they didn't get attention as young people. They weren't just getting the attention. Now that they're getting to flirt, they're like, oh, I didn't have this. You see teachers that be focused students, even their women ones. They weren't the cute girls in school. Now they're in schools and the students are digging them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just feed your inner child.
But I think it's not sometimes, it's bare times.
Like, even me yesterday, Taiwo was like, let's go play football. And I remember how fun that was when he used to play football with Taiwo. I was like, I'm not doing anything inside. That was just, I didn't need to play football at that time. But I was like, my inner child remembered how fun that was. I'm like, I'm not doing anything.
But like, it's even like, look, I find it a lot with people that have a lot of shoes. It's like a lot of times, like when they were young, they couldn't afford the shoes. So now that they can afford shoes, they buy bare shoes. Do you get what I'm saying? Or like even Taser from 3 Shots was saying, I can't remember what shoe it was, but there was a certain shoe that he couldn't get when he was younger. It got re-released. He bought like 6 colorways just because you can now. Do you get what I'm saying? Even look at your brother. What's called? You want to just go buy a Switch because
and I saw that tweet and I was like, this is what you probably would have done if you're like 9 and you had money. Like what you're doing now is like you're just feeding, and it got me thinking. After I saw that tweet and I was like I said, I listened to that on the pod. It's just like I don't think I have any dreams as a 28-year-old. Right now, I'm still living. The 13-year-old me will be gassed to see the life I'm living now. But I don't think it's what the 20-year-old me wants to live anymore. And I was listening. Upon reflection, I was like, I've not heard that point of view that like maybe a lot of us still feed the child within us. We don't know what we want as an adult, but we knew what we wanted as a kid and we couldn't get. Even Rogan opened up a new club, and Schultz was on his pod. He was like saying. He used to sit around saying, like, if I get a lot of money, I'm going to open a new club. Comedians are going to come to my club. It's like, now that I have a lot of money, what am I going to do? So I kind of see, so some aunties, like, yeah, they'll enjoy the attention, and they didn't get it as youths, and even men that grew up nerdy, they couldn't get the girls. Now they're just fucking everything, because these girls they got rejected when they were 17. They didn't get pussy. They're making up for it.
It's just like, you know that girl that you tried to get when you were younger, it didn't really work out. A couple years go by, she spins the block. You say, I'm not really into you like that, but I got to do it for the younger me.
That Cole has a lyric. It says, ever since I got on, I've been on a mission to fuck all the bitches I missed out on. So it's like I missed out on, and there was an element of that. I was like, when you're getting older, your things like, if I get rich, I'm gonna hit that girl up again. If I get, and some people do get, and then they get there, they're like, do you know what? It's actually not what I want. It's what I would have wanted at 17. If I'm only doing this, it's purely ego. Yeah, it's purely letting 17-year-old me say we still did that.
But if you think about it, like sometimes, right, some things are fun to do, but they're only fun to do for a certain amount of time. So it's kind of like, you know, when you're younger, like I can't wait to not be in school and be working and blah blah. You get to working. The first couple months, oh my god, it's like I'm working, I'm this, and this. Then you get used to working, you're like, fuck this.
Yes, but literally,
and then you
Dave,
go figure.
one Dave was on the pod,
literally
telling him like, bro, you're gas now, yeah.
Like that from, because you get gas into getting into work, then after getting into like a retail job, you get gas like going into a professional job. Then the professional job, you get sick of that, and then you just kind of like you just want to do whatever you want to do. So I feel like it's always been you kind of just live off that childhood thing.
Yeah, because do you have dreams? I know this is like a financial freedom. Like, do you have dreams as a kid that you've got to live now as an adult?
Yeah, like for me, it wasn't really specific dreams.
Yeah,
it was like, it was more becoming a specific person. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, obviously, when I was young, I was like really shy and stuff like that, and I just wanted to have, like, I wanted to live a life that I could like have, I could tell stories about, and I could actually feel like I'm interesting and like I've actually done stuff. So when I was doing certain shit, like first time I went the only time I've been jet skiing, when I went jet skiing and then I fell off and I was like, wow, shit, I almost drowned. That's crazy. That's a crazy life. Like just doing things kind of situation.
I think that's it. I don't think I have dreams. I had like things I'd like to do. Like even going to, and this was like later on, I was like, oh, I would like to go to Madison Square Garden. This was when I was watching WWE, and WWE said like WrestleMania, Madison Square Garden, and they hyped it. And I was like, oh, I'd like to go down to Madison Square. And I'm getting older, and I'm seeing like all big events at Madison Square Garden. I was like, oh, it wasn't necessarily a dream, but I was like, during my honeymoon, I'm like, since we're going that side of the world, can we stop by New York? NBA season's on. Let me go to Madison Square Garden. And I got to do it. And honestly, being there, it felt like I thought it would have felt like. Just wasn't like, oh, euphoria or anything. Like, yo, this is just fucking cool. Yeah. I'm at the garden watching basketball. Like, things like that.
You know when you just catch yourself and it's like,
you know, it's like,
I'm really here.
I'm really in this moment, and I'm actually very good at that. Like, I'm really good at like when I'm in those moments where I've thought about, and I'm actually good at like being in the moment and being giddy and being excited. And I can probably understand for like people that are there with me. I'm acting like a child, and it's probably could be irritating. But like, this is how I would have acted like if I got to do this when I thought about it.
Do you have? I'm gonna ask you two. Do you have a moment where you've built it up in your head that you thought it was gonna be one thing, and it turns out, and it didn't feel like how you thought it was going to feel? And do you have one that might have felt the same or even exceeded what you thought it was going to feel like?
The first one, I'll answer the second one first because I can think of that one quicker in my head. The moment that I'm going to say, like I've said it so many times, the wedding is like, I don't build it up at all. So you don't think like, let's get this day over and done with. Essentially, it's like, let me just show up in it. But it exceeds everything because you don't have a thought. It just exceeds. It's just such a fun day. So that's like the reverse. Like no expectations, just gonna show up. Let us get this over and done with. So much prep, but like the most fun day of probably ever. But there's the moments where you're like, oh, you build it up. I would say probably college, because you build it up to be like, oh, Zoe 101. This is is what it's gonna be. I'm gonna be like, there's gonna be girls, gonna be hot girls, gonna be going parties, blah blah blah.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a time, and then you're gonna pass exams, graduate. It was the opposite.
Yeah, you think you're gonna see American Pie, but
that's it. You think you're thinking of the uni. So when you're actually in the moment after first semester, you're just kind of like, yo, bro, I really gotta be working. I have repeats every year. I'm doing modules. Like, there was no let for me anyways. Those 4 years in college, I did the 2 semesters. I always had repeats. I would enjoy like May, June, July. I start studying again. Get the results in August, September, and back. That was like 4 years straight for me. So
why didn't you just not fail?
I couldn't. Why did I not just? This guy's so stupid. Just do the exams for them. Just pass.
Yeah.
Just pass the exam.
No, like
I hear it.
I know it sounds funny, but like then you get your whole summer.
It was like, I was watching basketball. They said people were making excuses for Steph. They said, should have just scored more points. Just if you scored more, you wouldn't lose. I hear it. Well, what about you? What moment did you have? This guy's so stupid.
What is true, bro? I actually do. I don't know if I can't think of one of like when I've exceeded. But I will say with your college one, right? Because I saw it happen in real time. Because when I was in Galway, Galway had a reputation of being crazy and wild and stuff like that. But people don't understand. Yeah, you might be hearing 10 stories back to back, but those 10 stories happened over the span of 9 months. Day to day, not much is happening.
Today, you're in lectures in your house.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Not much is happening. So I saw a bunch of people come to Galway. A lot of girls actually come to Galway thinking that it was going to be one thing. They get there and then they realize that it wasn't that, and they ended up hating their time there. And it's just funny, like
especially from like our community. We also our sisters were a bit more restricted, so a lot of people went to college away from home to have that freedom. And when they had that freedom, that independence, they're kind of like, yo, this shit's not what like it's.
It doesn't slap like
it doesn't slap like I thought. It's like maybe we like as the boys in the families, we had already a bit of independence, a bit of freedom. So we're kind of like, yeah, it was nothing really new to us. Like so, we kind of already had it. So I would understand that like if you're like I live in Navan, I'm gonna go all the way to Galway. My parents can't look at me, blah blah blah. And on the day to day, you're like, I'm not gonna eat noodles today. Like, what am I gonna eat for food today? I have to go back to my mom's house to get food and bring it back up here again.
The time when I was baffled, so my first time going to uni, packed everything, packed. You know, because you just pack, you don't really know what to pack. You just know, let me get all my shit out here. Fuck this, throw this in there. I get there, mom drops me off now, whatever. She leaves, I'm by myself. I'm like, oh, let me get some food. And I was like, gonna go make food. And then I realized I didn't have any salt or any seasoning or anything. I grabbed all the big things. I didn't grab oil. I didn't grab it.
Well, it is such a good learning. I would say for you guys, it must have been such a good learning experience of like independence or everything. Because I didn't get that. So I just went down. It's like, oh yeah, figure it out. But you, even having that 2 semesters a year that you're just like, I'm gonna be an independent person, must be beneficial in the long run.
I think for me, not really, because I've always been very independent anyways. Like my mom was working bears, so like we'd get ourselves up for school, get ready to go school, do you get what I'm saying? Like wash our own clothes, iron everything, do you get what I'm saying? Like we kind of just...
And what age was that? Because I know my mom, we got to that age when I was like 12, 6th class, before first year. My mom was like, yo, it's on you now. Uniform, everything has to be ready the day before school.
I was probably around... I was thinking, you was probably around like 12, so I was probably around like 8.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And like, what's called? So like, my sister would be the 12. My sister was 12. So like, my sister was probably like 12. So we just get up, get ready, get ourselves ready, go school, all that kind of shit. By the time I was 12, I was the one washing the clothes, making sure that I iron all the clothes, get everything ready. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, even just because like my mom was busy and she wasn't around a lot, like in my house, you have to know how to cook, because if you don't know how to cook, what are you gonna eat? Like I remember it so vividly, right? My mom's gone to the shop or whatever. We had a little bit of stew left, and like I made some pasta, and like because me and my brother were hungry, so I made some pasta or whatever. And then we ran out of stew, and I was like, I can make pasta, but I don't know how to make stew. There's no stew in the house. What the fuck am I gonna do?
Life skills.
So that day when mom came home, I was like, yeah, teach me how to make stew in it, just so like I know how to do it for myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just always been how I learned how to do things. So, but I've always been pretty independent, so it wasn't crazy. The only thing that I really realized, and that time made me kind of come to terms with, was certain things that are just always there that you don't really pay attention, that somebody has to buy this, like tissue paper. Tissue is just kind of always in the house. You don't think, do you get what I'm saying? Or like salt. Like
oil.
Running out of salt is the most annoying thing ever. Like, there's always salt. Like, where the fuck is it? But yeah, like apart from that was very thing. But back to the question. The only thing I can think of, and it's annoying that this is what I'm gonna think of because you're gonna laugh.
It's gotta be sex, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, who else but a sex god, Dage?
Oh,
Shout out, Dave.
Nah, you know what it was, yeah. Being young, man didn't get no play, and like I felt like I lived a pretty sheltered life. I didn't know people were out here fucking like that, like properly. You get what I'm saying? I thought people were still like, you have to be boyfriend, girlfriend to be doing all this nonsense. Like, I was young, dumb, and naive. You get what I'm saying? And I told you, I thought I was late to the game as well. So, and you know how they make like losing your virginity seem more, like this whole thing on TV or whatever. And you lose your virginity, you think you're gonna see colors different. You think like music is gonna be different. You think people are just gonna be smiling at you, all that kind of shit.
It's like that movie where they just had sex and they're walking down the streets, smiling, people are high-fiving them.
The colors change.
The colors
like,
change.
Bro, they make it seem like you're pretty much gonna be on ecstasy.
And I would know.
And the next day, lost my virginity, whatever. You know, boy, become a man, bruv. Exact same. The boss was late. Everything.
But I will say though, head exceeded my expectations.
Yes.
For the first time. I was like, what the? Maybe because sex with you, you're kind of like, this is meant to feel good. It's like, it's probably like you're meant to feel good. That's what the organs are designed for, innit? So this is meant to happen. But head for the first time, you're like, oh, whoa, what fuck's going on?
Bro, the first time I had sex, I was like, so this is what people are like ruining lives and relationships and all this kind of for? Like, it's really just not that deep. Like, originally, I was like, head is better than sex. Like, I was...
Originally? I still have that mindset.
No. No, because you know what? The first time I did it, I didn't know about angles, all that kind of shit. It just did slap like you niggas know my lose my virginity story. Like, I was kind of like, this.
I hear it. But I was the opposite. First time I did it, I was like, that's everything I thought it was going to be. I was like, whoever said this is slaps, give them a raise. Give them a raise. Whoever bracketed sex, give them a raise. Because I was talking about loads of time, like about my sexually awakening. Like, I remember they were talking about it in receipts. Said the moment that you knew what you like you're straight or you're gay, whatever your sexual awakening was. Titanic. I saw the hand scene. I would love to do this one day. I need to do that. And when I did it, I was like, exactly what I thought.
Look at you living your 16-year-old dream.
This guy's so stupid. It's so funny because I watched Titanic when I was like 8. But that's why it's like a sexually awakening story. Like you know your sexual intention like way like.
Yeah, I think mine was when I was playing mommy and daddy back when I was a kid, baby, bro.
And then I asked my brother this. He said, so what was the sexual awakening? He's like, I was in 3rd class, gave a girl a hug, got a bone. I was like, that is literally an awakening.
You know what shit? You literally awoke.
I was literally awakening.
No, but yeah, you know what? I do find though that the more I grow up, like things never like the feeling you think you get from things you never really get it.
No,
like, and maybe it's just because I'm still like doing it with like a lot of like objects as opposed to like meaningful, like with partners and like kids and shit like that. Maybe that's why. But a lot of it has just been like, it's cool that I got this. It's cool that I had this, like, but it's just.
That's actually an excellent point, because if you're doing an object rather than shared moment with a person, it probably feels a bit different. Because the only thing I could think of was like, oh, my trad, because there's a shared experience with everybody I love. Like you know, kind of, so it makes sense if you went to. So you feel like I would love to go to the Maldives, but if you went to Maldives by yourself, you're like, yeah, it was cool. I went to the Maldives. But if you share that experience with like a loved one or loved ones, and you went with people and you had a good time, it would probably make it better. That makes sense because Chris Paul was saying like he doesn't buy his kids presents anymore. He took them to Barcelona, and that trip to Barcelona, they still talk about it till today, rather than any toy that he's ever given them.
Yeah, you forget about the toys.
Yeah, he's learned that like shared experience, and in those moments, that's kind of I actually like that point, because once you start living, like you always tell me, you've completed life. Once you start completing life too, those are probably the moments that you be like, I didn't know what to expect, but I kind of exceeded.
Yeah, because I feel like
rather than buying a new car.
The thing that has the biggest expectation of that you're gonna feel overwhelmed as like having a kid or whatever, and it's like I don't really know much people that like I had a kid but like
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people is like it's life changing.
Yeah.
The way you see the world is different. Like
maybe the third kid is like
Yeah, maybe about the third. Because again, it's like with anything, it's like the first. That's we're talking about sex. The first person you have sex with is like, yo, this was cool. But by the time you start, like you said, third person, you're like, I knew what to expect. Like I knew I liked it. Like I knew I liked my children, so I had a third one. No, I'm not comparing kids to sex, whatever. But like, by the third one, you're like, I knew why I was doing it.
Yeah,
So
like we've been here before.
Well, I saw recently that men are finally making themselves taller. Try to be like you, bro. Is there any enhancement that you? This is a question, yeah. Would you take 2 inches off your height and put it on your penis, or 2 inches off your penis and put it on your? If for you, it's easy though.
Nah, I don't lose it. I can't lose 6 inches on my height.
So you would take 2 inches off your penis and put it on your height?
I wouldn't do that.
No, if you had to.
Oh, if I had to,
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm cool with 6 feet. I would take 2 inches off my height.
Oh, okay. I'll take 2. I'll just be 6 foot. For tall people, it's easy. For tall, like if you're 6'5", like shout out Tommy. If Tommy was here, I know. I'd be like, bro, you know which one to pick.
Like, come on,
you still be 6 foot.
You know, your 6'5" is really not necessary.
For
Come
people
down.
that just should be asked, like people like me, like 5'11", 5'10". Those are on the cusp. Like, do you want to be 6'1", or do you want to be 5'7"?
You go from being that's just Jordan to Jordan's not that tall.
It's like the people that are like 5'11", that's who they should be. Because I was thinking about it, because I was like, do I want the 2 inches off my penis to add to my height, or 2 inches off my height to add to my penis? Because the thing is, people see your height quick. They'll actually have to be intimate with you to see his penis. Do you know? And sometimes by that time, it'll be good for them anyways because they love you.
But do you have 2 inches to...
That's the other question. Do you have 2 inches to... Like, we've talked about hang time. Are you not the most secure about the hang time? Now you want to take 2 inches off that?
Wait.
Are we taking 2 inches off?
Are we taking 2 inches off soft or hard? Because that's a whole different question.
2 inches off hard. What is 2 inches? I would like to know the precise measurement of that. Well, I was thinking about it. It's like this over 6 foot people, definitely they would be like, take 2 inches off. Like if they had to, just take 2 inches off their hand because they can still stay 6 foot and they'll have a bigger penis. Actually works out kind of better. But if you're like,
it equals you out.
Yeah, if you're like 5'8" and you have like a, let's say 5-inch penis.
From 5 to 3.
To 3, or do you go to like nearly 6 foot? Or do you stay like, look, I have a 7-inch penis, but you're 5'8"? But because they're not going to entertain you with, like, not they, but according to Twitter, they're not going to entertain you to find out if you have a big penis if you're 5'8".
Unless you're funny.
It's true.
Like, sometimes to be funny is the...
Or rich. Look at the caveats. Like,
look, because it's easy to get around the short thing.
Yeah. You can build personality.
Yeah, like...
Build wealth.
Do you get what I'm saying? You just be that guy.
I said if I had to pick, I think I might take it off my height, go down to 5'9", 5.
Yeah, plus you're married anyways, like.
Yeah. But then again, because I'm married, why do I need a bigger penis? She can do it for better for worse.
Look, marriage is a long time. You know, sometimes just switch it up.
It'd be good to do it depending on the situation. So I'm sure I want to go.
Like, nah, she's been pissing me off. -2.
This guy. Have you ever actually said no? If you're the one in a bad mood or you're tired and you're like, nah, I'm not doing this today.
Yeah. Like, cause what's cool? Cause like, it depends, right? If we've been doing this, I don't mind. Like, it can be kind of half-arsed and shit like that. But if it's our first time, nah, we gotta do this right.
Do you feel like less than when you actually say no because you feel like as a man we were supposed to be on it?
Nah, I'm comfortable about it.
Yeah,
like I'm comfortable saying no. If you can't say no to some pussy, like, is it that you just don't get any that you have to fight?
Everybody's lucky like you did. Some people are here like.
Do you know how many
struggling?
But this is the thing. Actually, funny enough, I was having this conversation with my boy the other day, right? Like, you know when you're going for it and like you're chasing sex, there's a reason you don't get it because I can smell your bullshit. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Women can smell that you're not talking to me because you actually want to have a conversation with me. You just want my vagina. Like, I remember when we were talking about like people's bullshit radars are really high. Like, they can tell.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like we can smell that desperation of you. That is not sexy. Nobody wants to be with that. Do you get what I'm saying?
And do you think it works in reverse that women that also maybe they really date to get married or they want to get married, and that's also off-putting for men that they're like, I can tend to like you're already like it's too intense or you're testing me or whatever word.
No, 100%. Like
Yeah.
if what's called like if let's say I just want to be outside or whatever, right? And I see a girl and I smell that's what she's on. Bro, I move my face.
Yeah.
Because like what you want and what I want, we're gonna end up beefing. It's like, you know what? You're not worth it. Like you're not worth me having to go through all this stress to get some pussy. Like
I think there's a lot of times like I always think it's like if going into every dating situation with expectations of marriage, it's just long for yourselves. Like I think we'll have this conversation recently. I was saying you can't just sometimes just do it to have fun. Just do it for what it is. It's like I'm going on a date with a guy that's really cool and I enjoy talking to. Maybe it's harder for women to be like to just keep it on that level in their brains, and that so if you're a 6'3" and you're a 100K earner, maybe it's hard for them to be like, let me just have fun with this. They're gonna see husband. I don't know. Maybe they are. But sometimes I'm like, just enjoy it for what it is right now. Because if you go into every dating situation that this might be it, brother, I don't get tired. You're gonna get discouraged quick because it's not like it's that time.
and even apart from getting discouraged quick, I feel like you miss out on a lot of like just opportunities, like and just you know when you play the game, like you just figure shit out, like,
Yeah.
and that only comes from experience, like figuring out how to maneuver certain situations and stuff like that, and also it's just have fun, like you never know what somebody's gonna bring to your life. Do you get what I mean?
That's it. Like, and even if in enjoying that, you might meet someone through that dating process. But like again, I was literally having this conversation on the walk. I think it was like the same. It was like a lot of you guys don't go into the mindset of like, let me just enjoy this for what it is. I get it, especially after you get to a certain age, like or listen to get the gist all the time. I could feel like after a while, it's like I don't want to play these games. I don't want to do like I wanted something to be something concrete. But my mindset's kind of like, well, bro, enjoy it for what it is, and if it's concrete, then good. If it isn't, at least you enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah, but it's like everybody wants to skip the. You want to skip the first step, like I know it's annoying, like another talking stage, but like you can't get to the step you're trying to get to without figuring the person out and talking. Do you get what I'm saying? And it just feels like, and I also think that whole
I still don't fully understand. Sorry to cut you off, but I still don't understand like the whole talking stage thing. Where you're going?
I think it's just the time where like you guys are
getting to know each other
from the point where you're getting to, like you meet to like maybe actually doing everything.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, or like before we get into like a, you know, sometimes you fall into a situationship. Before, from the point we start talking to the point we fall into a situation, I think that's the talking phase. Okay. But like, you know, that whole thing of like, always just kind of wanting to date to marry and everything. I feel like it also just puts a lot of pressure on you.
Yes.
Because you meet this guy, you really like this guy, and like now you're nervous and like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? And the same way that we can smell you can smell us being weird. We can also just like, this girl is just like,
so it doesn't feel natural.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? And then you know when people are under pressure, they do stupid things, they say stupid things, and it's just like.
I remember someone saying like it's like it gets to a stage where when we're trying to fuck as men, we're the ones that don't want to fuck it up. We're like, oh fuck, if I say this, she's gonna think I'm cringy because we're trying to like be, and then they can smell that we're not being authentic. But then once we fuck or whatever, and they're trying to make it serious, they're the one going in the group chat. He said this, should I answer this? And then that can also like, I was talking to you this week. I was like, for me from the outside looking in, it looks like the dating market is broke. It's a bit broken from the outside looking in. Just thinking about it, talking to people, I'm like, yeah, especially the plus 25s that are on either side, because the men, it looks like we just don't want to settle down. I'm making good money, like we were talking earlier. I'm making good money. I finally have options. I want to feed my inner child that didn't get no pussy. So I went to become a software engineer and I have money and that pussy wants to come for me. Let me enjoy this pussy. The pussy that I can finally get, that I never got to get. The women, on the other side, they're like, I've had my fair share of talking stages. I've been attractive. Men isn't the trouble. Men isn't the problem. I know I can get men. Now let me get settled. Now these two people are operating in the same market because they want those guys that want options. The guys that have options don't want to settle down, and the guys that have the options don't want to. Like it's just there is an imbalance. I don't know.
Yeah, that is it. I feel like it is broken just because like obviously, when you finally walk into a place and girls start finally noticing you, like let's say you just start going to the gym, you start getting your body right, or you just start getting some money, or you're just outside more or whatever, and you start getting some more attention from girls. Like it's it's a lot sometimes. Do you get what I'm saying? Especially if you're not used to it or it doesn't happen very often, it can be a lot.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like some people just.
One of the listeners actually they recommended a podcast for was Chris Williamson, and he was talking about the tall girl theory. It's like tall girls want a tall guy and don't really want to sell, and it kind of like the whole theory was saying like because there's more social economic balance between men and women in 2023, it then skews the dating market because they want someone equal or above, but the people that are equal or above, they have the option, so they want to live their childhood. They just want to fuck about. So just now they're like. Now they don't want to settle, so they still want that guy. But that guy, he has options. Like as human beings, if we're being honest with ourselves, we like having the options of things in life. Like I like that I can wake up a bit later and go to work. I like that there's this gym is on site. I like that. Why do people have 2 cars? Because I like I just like having the options. Like I like to be in here. So I get, especially maybe even more so, men. They can be like, you did need to spend money on that, but like I have the option to do it, so
I think that's just it. Like, and everybody has like also just the thing. It's kind of like I see a lot with guys. Like you want a particular kind of girl, but that particular girl requires a certain lifestyle, and it's just like it's almost like you want her to change because you want her.
Yeah.
But like if that's her, bro. Just she's not for you, innit? Like that's me, fam. If you're not in my price range. If you're not, bro, it's really just about staying in your lane.
But it's deep. I get what you're saying, yeah. But sometimes you have to deeper, yeah. Men want to date, fuck, whatever. It's a certain level of women. When those women that want to fuck cost so much amount of money, and now they're getting frustrated that those women don't want to fuck them. But bro, the women that they can fuck, they want the bodies. They want the ones that has 100K followers.
Okay, but if you want.
I hear you, by the way. I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's the flaw in the system.
But you know what it is, yeah. To bring it, let me just change it. You want to be a lawyer without going to law school. It doesn't make sense. If you want to be a lawyer, go law school and then you can be a lawyer. Do you get what I'm saying? It's the same way. Like you want the bad bees, go get the money so you can get the bad bees. Until then, face your front. Like it really is just that simple. Because like if you see a girl. And she's going on holidays all here, doing this. Like she expects, like she wants to be going all these expensive restaurants. She wants to do all of those things all the time because that's what she does by herself with her friends, anyways. And she says that's where I want to go on our first date, and that's what I want to do. If you want to chat to me, and you can't do that, bro, it's actually fine to just say, you know what,
it's not for me. That's it. But the thing is, they want to fuck. Now they start. And that's a damn problem because that's who you want. That's who doesn't want you. Now you resent women.
Yeah,
because even if you had stayed in your lane, you would have been calm. You would have been like, you know what? I only have 50. I can only afford 50 euros on a date. That's a meal for 2 in a decent place, maybe. Like
and there's big girls
make it work.
There's big girls that would love to take that 50 euro from you.
Just you sit down in a nice calm place, enjoy your wings, and have a few points, and enjoy about that. Yeah, I was just observing it from the outside, looking in the dating market. I was kind of like, yo, you man's, it looks. The streets look messy out there.
I don't know. It's weird. Like the way some people speak about like dating and stuff. I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't get it. Like,
is it because you're personally you're not bothered with it? Like some people are longing for companionship or having someone or dating or even on the other side. So men, they just want to fuck a certain status of women, and also they're getting frustrated that they can't. And those women that long for companionship or stability in the men, they can't have it. But maybe because you're not on either side.
Yeah,
you actually can't.
Like I don't know because it just feels like there's people about like. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's so many people. And it's just like maybe people don't want to go through the whole process of like filing through people and all that kind of shit. But because it just feels like there's people about like it's about finding your thing. What people don't want to do to find it.
Like I don't want to even use a dating app. But like I think the thing is you have to adapt it to times.
I don't think you do.
Oh, I think you do.
Like the thing is, if you have to work harder in different avenues, the dating app is just the easiest way to get there. But Instagram is a dating app.
Yeah, like, fair enough. Yeah.
Twitter is a dating app. Like you just have to make it work for you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you're saying that you see this girl, you follow her, she follows you. All right, cool. Send her a message. Say what's up. Like,
but you also think like Twitter, our personal socials are filtered. We follow who we follow, and then the algorithm shows us. Like it keeps us within a certain box, so you're not gonna really see an outside range within your own Twitter and your own Instagram much. But when you're on a dating app, you get range.
No, yeah, but you get like that's why I say you have to work harder.
Yeah,
like the dating app is just essentially just saying, oh, like you're just going to a specialist. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. It's because it's 2023. Adapt with the times.
But you
If
don't
this
have to do
people-
that.
You don't have to, but you're just making it hard for yourself.
Is it harder?
Adaptation, like if we didn't adapt with when we start podding, we're just doing audio. If everybody started doing visuals, we could still pop off audio maybe, but we're making it harder for ourselves because we don't want to adapt to what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, but like the thing is, right? It's hard, but like if you're just adapting with the times, please don't complain about it.
Okay.
Because you don't have to be on dating apps to find people. Like if you want to find people, it's probably harder and it's nerve-wracking of like on the dating app, we both know why we're here. You match me, I match you, so we know that there's this already. Like, oh, cool. We kind of like where each other look. But if you're doing your thing on Instagram, you follow, she doesn't follow back, all right, cool. Or she does follow back, it's like, okay, does that mean, or do you just follow back randomly or whatever, and then having to like hit them up and maybe not get rejected and all that kind of shit. But it could still be done. Like, are you going outside? Like,
yeah.
Do you know how many girls that I know that they don't go anywhere?
And then,
But somehow you expect your husband to find you. You go to work and you work from home,
and then you go to church on a Sunday at most, where you've seen everybody for the last 20 years, so you know who's who in church. You don't go anywhere, and then you're at home. And like my pastor actually gave that preaching ages ago. It's like, look, everybody here is looking for partners. Like with anything in life, God says you do the work, and then He'll work for you. So you're looking for a husband. Hey, sometimes look a bit nicer. Make an effort into your appearance. Make an effort because men are attracted to like how you look initially. Go to places where the men that you want to attract will be. Like, I get it. If you want a God-fearing man and place to find that is in church, but in one church, you go there every Sunday. At some stage, you feel so familiar, so family-like. That man probably isn't here. Maybe try different churches to see if that's how you want to meet your God-fearing man.
Go outside, go outside, go to a conference, do something, like get a fucking hobby, do something, touch grass, like Dave was saying.
But as people also were maybe lazy, we get comfortable as we get older, and that's why a lot of relationships and affairs happen in the workplace. Because it's proximity then. Like you're here, I'm here.
Do you feel like people have lost the ability to talk to people?
1000%. When I was working at Pfizer, there was a girl in her 30s, and she said when she used to go out when she was younger, people would actually come and talk to her because you had to. That's how you approach people. When like we were talking earlier about the Bebo days and even Summerfest. If you saw a girl that you liked, you had to go talk to her then and there because you don't know when you'll see her again or if you'll see her again.
And you can't just search her on
You can't just search her on Instagram. So you have to muster up the balls to talk to her. Even forget about that. Like even just talking to a different man, then going to play football. You're just going to pop up with different people. And you have to know how to engage and be in this situation. But with socials, there's no effort.
Yeah, because like, if we did take away Instagram, and if we did take away Instagram and we took away dating apps and everything like that, how many people then don't find anybody?
See, the thing is, I hear you, but I also think that as human we'll just adapt back.
No, but I'm not talking about, because I know we'll adapt back eventually. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying if you throw this group of people in this dating scene now, from like between like let's say 15 to like 25, and you take all of their socials away and you live and find partners within the next
survival of the
how
fittest.
many? Just
That's the thing. I was gonna say it's gonna be selection, natural selection. Survival of the fittest. The men who want, because you have to. That's stripping us back to our natural form. The alphas will come through again. The alphas that be like, you know what? I have a natural need to reproduce. They will find a way that like it's just because they don't have to now. Yeah. They don't have to. They can just text and this. If I get rejected, rejection over the phone is easy. Delete the message.
Yeah, it didn't happen. Block, delete, archive.
Since the beginning of time, the alphas always, I know it's like the word alpha, they always come to the top. I was saying it, like I went to the walk, I was saying like, the UFC fighters we see now, yeah, if this was 1,000 years ago, those are just the people, the gladiators. Like John Jones, if you look at John Jones, you're like, that's a gladiator. He was killing people back in, if this was 1,000 years ago, 100%. He's leading men in armies and wars. We just found a way in society to find that, to give John Jones a space to operate because he has that alpha in him. So I think if we strip away everything, we put people that are like 25 to 15, whatever age range, put them in the world, say, okay, you guys don't know how to talk, start talking. The cream will rise to the top again. I think it will always be, society will always correct itself.
That's always funny. Like, I kind of like where I was lodged in terms of like generations kind of like in between. So you did have to kind of like chat to girls, but then you did have the like MSNs and the BOs and stuff like that, but it wasn't even it's not as crazy as it is now. Like literally, remember, if you sent someone a mail on Bebo, you'd have to wait till they come back online again to reply, whereas now it's like you can get a reply 4 a.m. in the morning or just any time.
And the thing is, like, then when you're pulling up in person, because we go into the same generation. So you knew you had that chat that you could look, the internet could cut off. I have to get, but it's then about if I see this girl, I have to make the most of this moment. Because if I see them now, I have to have the chats. But some of them they'll be good on their phones. Like girls have complained about this with me. It's like he has good chats on the phone in person. He doesn't know how to have that back and forth with me. And I was like, even yesterday I was saying it to Jordy. I was saying like it's funny because whenever we first started driving, I would sometimes even drive a longer way when I'm dropping the girl, just so I can have that continuous conversation. And when you get to the place, you're like, hopefully they stay and have the chats. But sometimes they go right by and then they leave. But then at least you went a long way just to continue. But some of the people, they can't have the chats like that.
That's crazy.
They can't just be like, I'm gonna take the long way home because I want to extend this by 5 days.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna fuck with me. That chat is what's gonna make you fuck with me.
Exactly. And I didn't know what my calling card was. Like I knew in my group, I knew Booch is funny. Chris is loud. That's his person. People love, and he's tall. People love his personality. My friend Morris was just a good looking guy. People just liked him. People were drawn to him. I didn't know what it was, so I didn't know what my calling card was.
Yeah.
So that's how my calling card was like. I have to be personable. I have to be comfortable. We can talk. We can laugh. So that was my calling card. So I have to get those extra 10 minutes because I'm not like Chris. I'm not good. You're not gonna be here kiki keen with me. I don't have that natural look that you just get drawn to. But again, as men, we know where we are in the hierarchy of like men. Natural selection in your brain, you see like, man, people like Chris because he's funny. Matt, they just tall and he's just so chilled. Girls like that. You can pick up on that.
Once you find out what your thing is, zero in and make sure that like you use all your skills to your best ability.
Exactly.
That like anybody that's looking for a quote unquote game or whatever. Because when you're a kid, when you're young and you're a teenage boy and like you're trying to figure out how to get girls and like they like, and we call it game, but they literally present it to you like it's a game. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, or sometimes you got to do this and you got to play like this and you got to do this kind of a situation. And once you realize that all of that is air, bro, just chat to the girl. Just talk to her like she's a fucking person.
I think you said in the last part, like people want to be seen and heard as human beings, want to be acknowledged as the people we are. And a lot of the times, like obviously we're older now, and you think that like I have to be slick, I have to try game, I have to use bars, I have to use pickup lines. A lot of times it's not even like on that level. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm like, if I take the longer way home and you get more time, the more time you spend with me, the more that you're probably gonna like me. I remember was dating a girl back in the days, and she just said the more we were talking, she just said I didn't know how I never really paid attention to how good looking you were. And I don't think it was a looks thing. I just think the more we were talking, the more she just got accustomed. She's like, oh, he's actually good looking, but it wasn't that. It was just she started liking the person that she was
became
talking
comfortable
to.
she liked all the shit that was happening. I think that's like once you figure out your lane, stick in your lane.
When did you figure out your lane? What is your lane? Tall and chill, is it?
Honestly, my lane is just me, bro. Like
mine's just me, innit?
Yeah. Nah, you know what it is.
You said that.
You know what it is, yeah. Like, cause like obviously when I was young, like I just kind of like. Because I feel like I'm the opposite. I'm better in person than I am over text. Like I can't really like texting. I'm just not.
As per last episode.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we're like, when I got to college, because like I didn't think I was getting any play, but also I was horrible at reading signs. Like later on, girls would tell me that when we were young, they had a crush on me and shit like that, but I didn't know at the time. So I just thought I was just here in it, and then. Got to college, started getting a bit of attention from girls. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then as I got older, it just kind of became, oh, you just got to be you in it. Like, and it just kind of became one of those things where, because I was shy, I didn't really make a lot of moves. So I wasn't really getting rejected and all that kind of stuff. But I think then that kind of like, I just honed that and it just came, just being chill and just being me in it.
And then when you, like, I know where I always, so we're older, we're like, we're the 21-year-old here, so that didn't know what people was, so we're definitely,
bro, that's so crazy.
We're definitely older, and it's like, you figure that out when it's like, authentic, when you're just you, the people that will fuck with you will get drawn to you, and I was like, the thing is, you like who likes you, like we're saying earlier, don't be thinking, let me deviate, no, when I'm being me, who's fucking with it? Oh, you guys are fucking with me, being me? You're attractive too. I'm a fuck with that. Do you know that kind of way?
And for me, I think I have the blessing of I only like people that like me.
Yeah.
Like if I think you're cute or whatever and you're not feeling me, like you know what? I'm that guy that I'd rather you just let me know. Like if I was like, oh, like, you know, let's do this, and you're like, yeah, you know, Deji, I'm just not feeling you like that. That's perfect for me because I'm like, all right, cool.
to put that effort somewhere else.
I'm gone. Do you get what I'm saying? Not these niggas that be chasing you for 20 years.
Yeah. Have you ever had this girl that she's still trying to figure out why she likes you, so you're still putting that effort, and you're like, she's like, I don't know, like maybe if we keep talking, and you're just like, I'm gonna keep talking. Happened to me once.
I haven't always been the guy that I am now. I've taken a lot of L's. Like, you know, but you got to learn shit.
Real though.
Yeah, you've actually got to go through that to learn like how everything works. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to make those mistakes and all of that to me.
Because there was a time when someone's figuring out if they like me or not. So me too, I'm just like, okay, well, you figure out I can't let up, because you might figure out that you do, or you might figure out you don't. But then I learned, it's like, is that something you figure out or something you will just know? Like,
yeah,
I just don't know. I don't like.
And biggest realization for me was, don't fall into the trap of the girls that just like guys liking them. They don't like you. They will never like you. They just like the attention. So they'll always give you just enough to keep you sweet. Do you get what I'm saying?
That, I thought of someone in my mind.
Probably, I feel like
if I speak, they'll take the pods off us.
What's going on? I've got one as well. I'll tell you.
The pods. So, they love that. Like, they like that you like them. They like that how you talk to them. You talk to them. You like that. But then after that, if you even know, then you'll see them. They have new man. You're like,
yeah.
What was happening?
Bro, I remember one time when I was young, I was chatting to this girl. I told her, you know, but I'm still shy, so I'm not really putting the moves on her like that. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and then next minute she pops out with a boyfriend. I was like, okay, crazy.
That text when you have to make the call, you're texting, you're like, so are we meeting or what? And you put your phone down, like, oh, what's she gonna say? She's
bro?
Like, oh, I really like talking to you, but I just thought we were being friends. Like, brother, I don't talk to my best friends this much. Don't you think it's you? Like, you're so special that I want to talk to you all the time.
Man. Being young and trying to get like girls and like that whole dynamic of like relationships and shit is so funny because you're so clueless, man.
And I don't even know if, we're definitely not clueless now, because now you'll know. Now you'll know if you're on that energy talking to someone and they're not on it, you'll be like, I'm gonna do this.
But now I also have the confidence to just be like, yo, bro, what you on? Like, like,
there's no point of beating around. Like, what the thing is, men be lying to women. That's why women are confused, because women do ask men like, oh, what you on? Sell you the stars and the moon, and then man just wants to beat.
Yeah, no, I'm not on them man that, like, I don't believe in lying for vagina. I don't believe in lying for sex. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Especially you man that lie about your height. I'm gonna see you. Like,
but it's like they're thinking once you see me, the height thing won't matter anymore.
But once I see you, that's the only thing that I'm thinking about.
I know, I agree with you. But the logic is like, once you see me, we've talked so much, you're gonna be like, you know what? He wasn't as tall as I thought, but it's okay because I like him. So that's what I like. It's like they're lying to get you in the door, and then once they see you, again, your relationship is starting off on a lie. So maybe it's not the best relationship.
To be honest, like, some niggas' games are based off lies. Oh, I've got an after party.
We talk about that. After party at my house.
After party. Oh yeah.
And you go to the after party, it's just the two of you.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
I got a bottle of JD. If you want to crack that open, that's the after party.
Niggas, man.
Nigga,
it's so predictable as well.
It's funny now when you're seeing niggas try game, and I've been in situations where I'm overhearing niggas try game. I'm like, oh my god. And then when it works, I'm like, that worked,
bro.
I was like, she must have already liked you for that to work. She must have already seen you to be like, I'm on this. So whatever you say doesn't matter because I want this too.
What's called like sometimes we're the victim. Like sometimes girls are the ones that like.
Yeah.
Girls can run game. A girl that can run game can really run game.
I'm not baiting anything, but a Big Joe's listening party. I saw in front of my eyes. I was like, oh, so you think you're doing the work, but she's actually the one running the game on you.
Fam.
You think beer strokes and everything. I'm like, oh, so you think you're the one doing game, but the game is being played on you, bro. Now you think you've collected babes,
bro.
The babes have collected you.
There was 2 times I got collected that I was like, yeah, cool. Then later on we'll talk about it. I said, oh yeah, I collected you. And I was like, so when this. I was like
setting it up, and you think you
me too. I bit like a fucking.
Look. As long as the end destination was the end destination, who cares?
But yeah, to be honest, guys' game is weird. A lot of guys' game is to not let you know that I'm running game. And girls' game is to also not let you know that I'm running game. Let you think that you're running this. So you think you're gas,
you
know?
think you're the guy.
And
sometimes it's as easy as like that, you know. Just let them think he's the guy.
Yeah, but that's what girls have to do. Like, because the thing is, right, as guys, because it's built up so much, like sex is so hard to get, and it's so hard to get, like it never comes easy. So if a girl puts it on you so easily, a lot of guys lose composure, number one, or number two, they're like, something has to be wrong here. This doesn't happen. This is impossible. Girls don't do this. And then that's why the girl has kind of like, you told the joke. You're not really funny, but
yeah, but if they make it direct, it'll be
especially if they're buff. If the girl isn't buff, I can see why you're throwing it like this. But
This guy is crazy.
these are not my words.
And if you're clapped, I understand what you're throwing.
These are not my views.
These are not the views of Charge to the Game.
I'm speaking in
These are the views of Deji and
I'm
Jordan.
speaking in third person. But yeah, like so, like when you're not really laying like that. Well, to me, anyways, I can see why you're throwing it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you're a baddie, like imagine someone like Rihanna coming to you and be like, "I want you right now." You be like, "Are you trying to rob me? There's something wrong here." Because like everybody knows their level. Yeah. Like I know that I can get approached by a certain amount of girls and a certain level of girls. Calm. But if you don't really get approached like that and this lame thing is approaching you, bro, know that that's not your lane.
Yo, bro, if you listen to this, go for it. It might be. What have you got to lose?
No.
What have you got to lose?
Nigga might get robbed.
That's like that song Mona Lisa, Lil Wayne, isn't it? Like one guy, it's a storytelling song. Maybe can't remember Lil Wayne. It's like he got a buff girl that you never get. Went back to his place. By the time he walked in, thieves are coming in with her.
Exactly, yeah.
The road game. But that's a thing, yeah.
Did you see that? That it was like a Sky News thing. I saw it on Twitter, and it was like, this girl, she's in uni. She got arrested. On a murder charge.
No.
You probably saw the video, but didn't watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she got arrested on a murder charge. So they came to get her. And she's like, "Oh, I'm just a uni student." Blah 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 blah. And yeah, and then they kept interrogating her and whatever. But then there's like video camera of evidence of her being in the place, and then of where the guy dies, and like it was her and her friend with a guy, and they were going to an apartment or whatever. And then there's video evidence of her coming out of the apartment and like flashing her light, and then two niggas come and they go in the house, and then the person ends up dying or whatever. But these things do happen, and bruv, a buff girl can get you killed, or you can get robbed, or
It's literally one of the first stories I remember from the Bible, Samson and Delilah.
oh, crazy.
Yeah, it's like because they wanted to find out what his strength was, and every time he'd smash, before you put your head down to sleep, he told her what his secret was. His ups pulled up.
That pillow talking get you killed.
It's like I remember that story and it's crazy because I actually like the name Delilah. I'm like that's a nice name, Delilah, but I could just never do it because it reminded me of her.
That's like Jezebel. Even if you like the name, you can never use.
You can never use that name because it's Jezzy. I remember when
Jezzy.
I played football, I was like, there was 18-year-olds like, oh, she's a Jezzy man. I was like, Jezzy as in from the
as in from the Bible.
I was like, this is crazy. You're calling girls Jezzy.
What's good? You know, in your past life, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything with like someone that has a boyfriend? Actually, no. Never mind. We have the answer to this question. And it was your boy as well. How about I have it. Yeah.
Apart from that, another one. I'll tell you after.
Yeah. I knew you. Come on.
But that's the thing, because I was having this conversation with someone. I was saying like, women, like every guy most guys that I know have done something with someone that had a boyfriend.
Oh, and now,
but they think they don't cheat. But I'm like, how does every guy I know then have do something with someone that has a boyfriend?
Now, my question is, because this was asked me, like, you know, like when you're doing those things, right? Does it make you trust women less? Of like, if she's doing this, if I get a girlfriend, would my girlfriend do this to me?
I hear, for me, in both situations, it's gonna sound a bit crazy. No, because they're both my ex-girlfriend. Like, anyways. So I was just like,
oh, you guys are you're spinning the block.
Yeah,
oh no, that's
but they
different.
had boyfriends.
That's different.
That's it. So I didn't. I can understand.
Same, it's different.
Because Ben Williams on Dongo's pod, he said he done a relationship with those trust girls. He was on holidays, had sex with a girl, looked at her phone with a picture of her and her man. Says, who's this? She says, oh, it's my cousin. Went on her Insta, her and her man are there. She says, since then, he doesn't really want to get into a relationship because he finds it harder to trust women because that can happen to him if that happens to the next man. So I hear it. So I've been in that situation, but in both cases, they were just ex-girlfriends that had moved on and then they came back while they were still in your relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's different though. Yeah. Like if you're spinning the block, it's different. Like if it's someone that's fresh, like
no, I've never, to my knowledge, someone that has a boyfriend and then I didn't even have a history with.
Yeah, because what's cool? Because like he was asking me that, and it's like for me, it's one of those situations. Not that I don't trust women. It's like because I do like.
Have you ever done something?
Yeah. Like I do trust. I just chalk it up to it's the game. Like the same way I've done it to somebody's probably done it to me.
Yeah.
And it's just part of the game. Like you just
Life,
charge it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the same way because like I feel like especially a lot of guys as well. We do this thing of like we do all of this and then when it's time to come when it hits us back, it's almost like it's the worst thing ever. But bro, you were doing the same thing. Like do you know what I'm saying? It's just essentially just your turn. It's just your turn to chop breakfast.
That's a good point. But I think that's what about if I got anything to charge to the game this week? Oh yes. Lads, right now is all good and sweet. But when you start doing those things for it, it's just pricey. Wanted to get a shed built. Remember I've been asking you time. One guy comes in, looks at it, it's granted like 1,100.
Yeah. That's what shit's cost.
Oh God, you don't really think about these things. Well, you don't think about they're gonna be that expensive. Remember the conversation earlier, the expectation that you have in your brain. Like, oh yeah, I've already bought the thing. Just come and install it. And like, no, ground needs to get done. Needs to install it. So they start giving you all that jargon. That just like okay,
bro. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Just tell me the price at the end of it. So I guess the financial aspect of it gotta charge out to the game this week.
Yeah, like it's just expensive. Like and just even like buying furniture, bruv.
Oh, also
furniture. Crazy.
Also Corgi the dog. Yeah, kept picking Golden State Lake to beat the Lakers. Stupid silly dog.
What the fuck do you know about basketball?
Well, I think that's it for me. That's
bruv,
we're out here.
But
if you're gonna listen to this, next week, Smiles on the Pod. Listen to this project.
Yeah, man.
That's it. Let's keep supporting the culture. Everybody doing it.
Anything else we need to? Oh shit! Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comments. Just get that engagement up. Follow us on all the socials. Charge it on Twitter. Charge to the game pod on Instagram.
Charge a pod now because the Charge to the game pod for some reason we shot about. Follow both. I don't care really about TikTok anymore.
Yeah,
I've lost so much motivation. Just follow my personal TikTok.
Somebody help us figure out TikTok. Also, we're looking for editors. If you're an editor or you're
you know someone that's an editor.
Or you know someone that's an editor or is a graphic designer, I'm letting you know now. This is an unpaid position.
It's more of a learning thing. Like we're learning to pod, you're learning to edit.
Did you get what I'm saying? And bruv, you have a lot of shit to edit. Like we got bare shit that we want to have coming and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, anybody that whatever, Jordan will post it.
Yeah, and if you didn't like anything that we said on this podcast today, well, charge it.
Yeah, man.